All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading the Markets. I am your host, Vays. Coming to you live this Monday morning as the markets are open. I was on a different stream yesterday, and we were talking about the financial summit, but I don't have a background for the one coming up, so I just have to throw on the last background that we used. These were the actual villas that we had over in Bali. You see the date is obviously, well, the date's close. So the date's close to what the date will be this year coming up. And yeah, let's just go to the charts. So we're going to begin with the most important chart. And that most important chart is, once again, the stock market. You can see the stock market is rallying early this morning. It is not doing much for Bitcoin, but that's okay. I am bullish in the stock market. I am very happy to see that I was right. And we rebounded right off very, very critical support. And it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin catches up to the correlation of the stock market. That is why I'm not overly bearish on Bitcoin this morning. And as the market keeps rising, the stock market keeps rising, I will be bullish on Bitcoin. When it comes to the daily stock market price, the most important area is going to be the 4,150 resistance on the S&P. On the Dow Jones, on the NASDAQ, they are different levels. But right here, we see a monster ascending triangle and the MRI resistance line. I don't have moving averages up, but right now we're stuck between several daily moving averages. There was also additional support here. I did not even pay attention to the daily 200-day, most likely. That's got to be the daily 200-day. Yeah, that's the daily 200-day. And it supported the price along with the trend line, along with the MRI support, and along with an MRI buy. So there was actually quadruple support, not triple support, when you add the moving averages. Either way, I like the bounce this morning. There could be a 10 a.m. reversal to the downside. I will try to join Twitter Spaces bright and early at 10 a.m. Eastern time this morning. And we go from there. But the stock market is super, super important. On a weekly scale, we have another beautiful gap. Gaps don't have to close. People keep asking me, Tone, what about the CME gap? I'm like, I couldn't care less about the CME gap. I could not care less. There are very few things in this world that I care about less than the CME gap. And the reason I couldn't care less about the CME gap is because the CME gap is not a real gap. Bitcoin trades on the weekend, but the CME does not. That is not, that's the problem for the CME. That's not the problem for the trader. CME is not, what was I going to say here? CME futures are not price discovery. They're price followers. CME gold futures are price discovery. But CME Bitcoin futures are followers. CME equity, S&P futures are followers. They're not price discovery. S&P itself is price discovery. This index is price discovery. Price discovery is way more important than the follower. So right here on a daily scale, sorry, not the weekly scale, that's a daily scale, we have price discovery with an MRI indicator on the candle that literally had the lowest closing low. That's price discovery. This is a follower of price discovery, but you can't trade price discovery in the S&P. You have to trade the follower. And that's because how the index is made. Okay. In gold, CME futures, in oil, CME in oil and all commodities, CME futures are price discovery. So those gaps are actually important. But in an index where the index is not price discovery, I find those gaps to me completely irrelevant. I don't pay attention to them. I don't really care when and where they exist. Now, other traders are welcome to utilize those gaps, but I do not. There is infinite amount of indicators and formulas and views to trade the market. No two people will ever be the same. There's always a premium. That premium goes down as time passes. The closer you are to the beginning of the month, the bigger that premium will be. This is totally normal. It's interest rate. It's risk-free interest. So the higher the interest, the bigger that gap's going to be. There you go. It's hard. Just also said it in the chat. You have to just read about, contango and backwardation and why they happen. Okay. Let's get back to, now we're going to look at the weekly chart. And we do have a gap right there, but these gaps to me, they don't matter. They don't matter. You can see a giant gap right here in the S&P as well. And this gap will likely, well, it will fill eventually, probably when the market crashes in about 5 years, and goes down hard. But this gap may never fill. We may go to new all-time highs without filling the gap. Just don't care for gaps. The only times gaps really matter to me is intraday, like that morning. In the morning, gaps matter. You will keep asking me about gaps. Gold, not very interesting. We're working backwards. Gas, I still think gas bottomed. Though so far, we're still on a 1 to 4 candle correction. Oil, same thing. I also think oil bottomed back in December. Let's see where it goes. And now we're going to go over to Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin weekly. Bitcoin weekly still getting rejected by the triple resistance of 2 moving averages and MRI resistance. Let's see how this ends. So far, it's not very useful. Someone is asking you my educated guess on the top of the bull market. I mean, I have it right here. Here is what I think the top of the bull market will be. We can still rally this year to approximately 50, 60 and then pull back into the halving. Or we meander into the halving and then, hit 200,000 to 300,000 sometime around, 2025. So these are my educated guesses on where the next tops will be. So that was the weekly allocation chart. I'm going to keep waiting. Right now, I should not be adding to my bullish position. We have 2 moving averages that are falling. The short term is below the intermediate term, and the price is below both of them. That is not a bullish combination. Not a bullish combination. Hey guys, Financial Summit is coming to the UAE in November 5 to 10. If you are interested in trading, investing, and all those things, come and join us there. Unconfiscatable, coming to Las Vegas, December 7 and 8. Daily Bitcoin chart had a big drop on a red star candle. I mean, I would love to see a daily MRI buy. We will need to start dropping as of tomorrow. Today's candle can really be anything, but starting tomorrow, we do need to break the low of March 3rd's low. So we will need a new low close, and then on Wednesday, we will need the real low close. So we're gonna have to start going lower than these lows. It would be nice as long as we, stay above 20,000. I am done talking about the markets. We have exactly 15 minutes before I'm gonna cut it short. We are gonna open another pack because I still want to get the tone base card. We can take a look at a few stocks. We can talk about politics. Up to you. My moderators aren't sending me anything in the chat, so I'll keep an eye on the live chat. Licio Rostani estimated it not long ago. Estimated what? Keep an eye on the 10 a.m. reversal. Let's do the 1 minute chart. Here's market open. Never trade market open. Biggest mistakes I ever made in my trading career was trading market open. I will never do that again. Wait for the 10 a.m. top. We'll see how that goes. I want to just mark down 10 a.m. But I want to go to spaces, so. Okay. At this point, oh yeah, I already did that one. How to find the link to just Twitter. There's just on Twitter. Just go to Twitter and follow Swan. Or follow me and you'll see it. It's like Twitter, but not on the laptop, on the phone. They don't have Twitter. They haven't integrated Twitter with the desktop. You have to be on a cell phone. Just follow Swan, follow me. We do Financial Summit spaces every weekend. You can join us and you can ask your question in person. Okay. What was I going to take a look at? Credit Suisse. I'm still bullish on the US dollar. I'm very surprised about the Indian currency. I mean, this is a horrible looking top, which means the Indian currency will probably devalue some more. But I'm not sure what the hell is going on over there. Indian economy should be doing great. They're getting cheap oil from Russia, cheap gas from Russia. They are staying neutral. They're having business relations with China. They're still doing business with America. I don't know. Same thing with Turkey. I don't know. Maybe secretly the United States war machine is screwing up their economy. I don't know. Because they're angry that these countries have not declared, full-blown war against America's enemies. But I'm very surprised that Indian currency is doing so badly. Brazil's hanging in there. The Russian ruble has been devaluing some more, which is again super interesting. I don't think it'll go beyond 81. So let's see what happens. Can you open space on Chrome? Guys, the only way you can be in spaces is with a cell phone. That's it. in the app, in the cell phone app. That's it. Or you can listen to it from Twitter web. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I've never been able to. Only phone. Okay, Credit Suisse. Looks like a shitcoin. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. How are they still in business? I don't know. I wouldn't buy this with your money. Looks like a complete and utter disaster. There is a third consecutive monthly MRI coming in. Whatever that means. This is a disaster. Like BitConnect's chart looks better. Anything else? Tilray. Should just type it in. I don't know why I'm like searching for it. Oh, I'm curious about DraftKings. March Madness is coming. Hey, DraftKings is rebounding. Look at that. Right off the MRI support line, right off the MRI buy, starting to have some good positive earnings. DraftKings looks good. Trump's media company, disaster. Complete and utter disaster. They had a horrendous rollout and no one's using it. He should come back to Twitter. Give it up. Talked about Robinhood the other day. Fake meat. Hope this is terrible. Damn it. Rebounded right on MRI buy. Monthly second consecutive MRI buy. Unfortunate. I mean, the same thing can happen to Credit Suisse. They're coming up on their third consecutive MRI buy. So from the close, I'm not going to cherry pick the low. From the close, I mean, they were up like 70, 80%. I mean, that's pretty good. Trust the MRI. Ferrari's doing great. I guess there's no, I mean, it's hard to talk about a recession when Ferrari stock is at an all-time high. Crazy, right? I should look at a weekly chart. I shouldn't be looking at a monthly chart. Ferrari, all-time high. We were thinking that this was, the last leg of a hyperwave, but no. JMIA, who remembers this bad boy? I really thought it would rebound off the MRI support line. Even this MRI buy right there, it's been following MRI beautifully. But one more is coming. One more is coming. See, unlike Credit Suisse, this company actually has some clients. I have no idea where Tilray is. I have to type it in. There it is. Now I found it. Now that I was about to type it, I found it. Monthly chart, disaster. Complete and utter disaster. I have that line there for a reason. Don't know what reason, but it's there for a reason. Not looking good. Not looking good. That is support right there. I think the support will break. And we'll see what happens. Maybe someone's going to buy them out. Right now, I would not go long. Absolutely not. Guys, here's my chart. Here's my projection for the next top. I think we're in the zone. where we start to rise. Yes, it's possible we can have one more small drop, like what happened in 2015. But these are my outlooks right there. You see it. Either go up now or go up later. If we go up later, we go higher. RIVN. NUBITF. Okay. I'm like speaking in. What do we got here? RIVN. Terrible. I don't know what this is. Terrible. I wouldn't touch this. Maybe monthly MRI buy, and I don't know, sometime late at the end of the year. I don't know. Terrible. Next. NU. No idea what this is. Looks pretty damn good. Look at that. MRI buy. Yes, it broke the support line, but the next day, the next week, there was an MRI buy. We need to break the MRI resistance line. We've broken the prior swing high on both closing basis and intra-week basis. Everything looks great. Now we need to break the high before that. This stock looks like it's ready to rebound. It completed the tone-based rule of IPOs. It fell 50% off IPO price, and that's when you can start buying into the stock. It first hit the 50% barrier back here, or close to it, rebounded nicely, did it again, double bottoms. You know what I say about double bottoms? They're meant to be broken, and here we break it. And now we're consolidating at the low. Had a high probability of going lower, but there's only so much low you can go when you've already fallen from $12 to $3. And as long as this is a company that I've never heard of that has clients and revenue, they don't need profit. They just need revenue. If they have real revenue and they have a real product and they have intellectual property, it will not go to zero. Someone will buy the company. So MRI buy on the weekly, up we go, consolidating. I'm bullish. Tesla. Is Tesla interesting? Tesla's not interesting right now. Still in a massive downtrend. Still have room to the upside without breaking the downtrend. I would wait. I mean, Tesla is sitting at resistance. I wouldn't mess with it until it breaks everything. I mean, Tesla would need to be above $250 in order for the chart to be bullish. You have to clearly break the downward trend line, clearly break all moving averages, clearly break the resistance of the prior swing low. Ideally, you want to be above 310 to break the MRI resistance line on a weekly scale and the prior swing high, but at the least you got to go there. So right now, Tesla is completely neutral. All right, it's coming up on 10 a.m., guys. Same thing as Tesla, only GM is a little bit further along. GM is already above the moving averages. It's already broken the prior swing high. So GM is also neutral, but definitely leaning bullish. Looks better. CORZQ. What the hell is this? Oh, Core Scientific. Didn't they go bankrupt? Well, I don't know. Go read their financial statements. I don't do TA on companies that file for bankruptcy. Next. Swiss franc. I think the Swiss franc is irrelevant. But let's see what the. So here's the Euro franc. So this is euros in Swiss francs. So this means that the Swiss franc is it'll cost you more francs to buy the euro. So the franc is rising against the euro. I'm not surprised. I think there will be 20 currencies in Europe in the near future instead of just one. Dollar versus the franc. Where is it? So this is dollars and Swiss francs. And no, wait, I'm sorry. I always get, I hate doing currencies. Euros in francs. Euro is rising against the franc. It'll cost you more francs to buy the euro. So euro is rising in value for now, but again, euro is about to fall. Trend line here, breaking my rule, but it makes sense. Right here, a couple of candles, one out of whack. And yeah, I think the franc will start to appreciate against the euro. So it'll cost you less francs to buy a euro. On the dollar side, I think the dollar will strengthen against the franc. So here, it would cost you more francs to buy the US dollar. The franc has been fairly strong. I don't think Switzerland has absolutely no economic appeal. It has some geographic usefulness. It's hard to invade Switzerland from a geography perspective, but it's not the geography that saved Switzerland in World War II. It was their geopolitics, their neutrality that saved them. That's not going to happen this time. Switzerland has no more neutrality. It has some geographic benefit, and it has, like all their citizens are pretty armed. Everyone there knows how to use a gun. Most people there have a gun. So Switzerland is still in a decent position to defend itself, but they're not in the proper mental position to defend itself. So Switzerland has given up all claims to neutrality. So Switzerland will not be spared in the economic war, or perhaps a hot war that is engulfing Europe. So Switzerland will go down the toilet along with the rest of the European Union. Well, that's what I mean. Switzerland is not going to have their tax appeal for very long, right? Because they've lost their independence. Switzerland has lost their independence completely. You have like 3 kings that will tell Switzerland how high to jump. US being the first, UK being the second, and well, maybe the third, and Germany being the second. So yeah, so Switzerland has given up their neutrality. They now bow to 3 leaders: United States, Europe, and UK. So Switzerland, like I said, Switzerland will go down the toilet along with the rest of the European West. Now, had they stayed independent and maintained financial independence, they could have been, the Dubai of Europe, but that's over. And you can see that with the with Credit Suisse, right? With their banks. I mean, their banks are going down the toilet. Imagine how strong their banks would be if the banks told World Economic Forum and the Western banking institutions to go F themselves. They're going to continue their multi-hundred-year tradition of banking privacy. And their banks would not be down the toilet. All right, I'm going to go join Twitter Spaces, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Oh, wait, the pack. Gotta open a pack. Almost forgot about the pack. How do I end screen share? Where's my thing? The pack. I'm running low. I'm running low on these packs. Running low on the packs. All right, I'm gonna do this without seeing the bottom card. At least I'll do my best, so we can all be surprised together. All right, looking at the camera, now looking at the cards. I'm gonna look at the card, I'm gonna show it to you. This way I don't sound totally retarded. All right, Bitcoin exchange. Oh, I haven't had this card in a while. Wow. I can't possibly have many of those. FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Have had this card many times. Swan. There you go. Follow Swan on Twitter. That's the spaces I'm going to be in 1 second. I have many of those. This is the Bretton Woods Agreement. I haven't had this card in a while either. Bretton Woods Agreement. You can see the art. Man, if you're in the Telegram group for the cards, which is free, I don't know, just find it on their Twitter or something. They're showing you sneak peek of the next series. Centralization. Freedom. What is that? Hardware wallet. Oh, wow. I haven't had this card in a while either. Marshmallow experiment. I got plenty of those by now. I think this is second to last. Coin bits. And the final card is... it's a blue card, but it is my favorite blue card. Because it's got like a chessboard, a bull, a bear. It's got everything. This is the Economics limited edition card. So one of my favorite rare cards. 1 out of 1,000. Very nice card. But not what we were looking for. So we'll try again tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all on the next one.